Yes. Welcome to FamZone TV. We haven't done this show in a couple of weeks because someone he had problems with his car and he had some issues. So you know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. That's all me. But the gal show, big up with gal, man. Me and the gal, we're gonna go through a few things. What's going on in Arsenal? Talk about a few bits that's going around. And what you saying, bro? How you been?
I'm chilling. I seen you're on the show on Dan Potter's show yesterday, with some absolute
No, I
waste man.
wasn't on it. I wasn't on it yesterday. I was meant to be, but I couldn't make it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that I'm surprised that guy even still shows up on shows. Certain
Okay.
waste man, but the rest of them they're all cool. Everything's blessed, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What are you talking about, bro?
We'll talk about it later. I don't know why I even said
You
that.
just blew him up.
You know the kitty? What's his name? Shannon,
Shannon, who the hell's that?
Cheyenne, whatever her name is, whatever his name is. I mean, anyways, we'll keep it moving.
I
Bun
don't know
that,
who that is. I don't know who that is.
bun the Irish you, bro. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Bro,
Cheyenne.
that's not his name. What's his name? I never remember his name.
What
Anyways,
about
let's
him
get
anyway? What about him anyway?
did it. I don't know why I'm
I think
even
you
talking
can't bring
about
it
him.
up and say did it, bruv.
We'll talk about it after. Honestly, when it comes to football, certain people trigger me. That's it.
Wow, what was the topic? I didn't see yesterday's one. Oh, Shane. They're talking about Shane
Y-
Guna.
Yeah.
Wow, what did he say yesterday?
Just doom and gloom 24/7, man.
Oh, I didn't see yesterday's one, to be fair. I didn't see yesterday's.
Hey, anyways, I'm triggered. I don't know why I'm triggered. I seen
Yeah,
that in
you're in one of the moods today. What's up, bro? What's the
I
matter, my
seen that
guy? What's
Indicala
wrong
guy
with the
post.
gal, man? What's wrong, bro?
Let me show you. I seen something and it really got me mad. It's like, are we really doing the every game is life or death bullshit in 2025? Like, I get it. Games are important. We got to win all our games, but like we're kind of doing too much in my opinion.
Wait, you talking about in relation to Chelsea, or you talking about in relation to Brentford coming up? Because really and truly, the Chelsea game, in context of Chelsea, I feel like if you had asked me before the games, would I have taken a draw and had the win against Tottenham and Bayern Munich, I would have taken that in that series of results. If you had asked me during the game, would I take a draw when they go down to 10 men, I would have said no. So I think it's two different mindsets based on when you ask the question and when you focus on the actual result.
All right. I'm speaking about Arteta, Arsenal, and people making every game seem like a referendum on the manager and the team. And the Brentford game, the Sunderland game, we drop points, understandably so. We go on, we beat Tottenham, we beat Bayern, everything's all good again. But then we drop points to Chelsea. Understandable that we drop points. We were not the better team. We did not deserve to win that game. I felt like the Sunderland game, we definitely did enough to win it, but we just couldn't. We messed up at the end. That felt more like a loss. This game first Chelsea, although it also felt like a loss, it wasn't as bad. But now going into the Brentford game with Man City winning and making it 2 points, looking like they're closer than they actually are because they're 2 points right now before we played our game. You have people sitting here making think pieces about Arteta and Arsenal and how this is the biggest, most crucial game in his history.
Which game you talking about, bro?
Check this out. Check this out. This really triggered me before I came on stream. I was like, "What the hell is this bollocks? Look at this bullshit." If you
The
read it,
next
you'll.
let me read it. Let me see what you're actually talking about. The next two games against Brentford and Aston Villa are crucial for Mikel Arteta's career at Arsenal. This isn't just about 3 points, it's about solidifying us as the favourite. Arsenal has invested wisely, keeping key players on strength of the squad. They can't afford to give City any glimmer of hope. The runnings can be pressured at times, and how players respond will define this season. They need to embrace the challenge and not be fearful. This is Arsenal's year, and these matches will set the tone for the rest of the campaign. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, bro.
Every game is going to set the tone for the rest of the campaign,
But what's wrong with what he said? What
bro.
he, I think you're misinterpreting what he's saying. I think what he's trying to say is in relation to the mindset of people thinking that Arsenal are the favourite. I don't think he's talking about um like whether you sack him or not sack him. I think you're misinterpreting what he's talking about. He's trying to talk about the fact that because and the thing is, yeah, with Arteta and what's happening at Arsenal, we need to stay in the minds of people that we're if for example, let me give you an example. If we drop points at Brentford and Man City and Man City close the gap again, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they're faltering again. Every time we lose points, it's a faltering. It's the mindset. It's a mentality. That's the reason what people are talking about, and this is the fact. So we have to make sure we stay clear of everybody. That's the point he's making. I don't think he's making, but
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying we need to stay clear, but I just don't think we need to act like every single game is life or death or crucial. Like,
no, but he did. But that piece that you just put up is not a life or death piece. I think like
that's how I interpreted it. When you start saying it's the most is crucial for Arteta's career, it's
I
like
think you've interpreted
definitely
it
more
wrong.
crucial games in his career that he's gonna have going forward, and there's been
No,
definitely
but I
more
think they mean because of the fact that we're like this is a crucial period to make sure we extend the lead more so than lose the gap. If we after these run of games, if we beat Brentford and beat Aston Villa, then everyone will be like, yeah, these guys
and they're
are.
just going to say the next two games are the most crucial. My point is, are we going to sit here and say every next game is the most crucial
But
game?
it is. Every game is the most crucial. That's how it is. We haven't won the league for a long time, bro.
I understand, but there's certain games you don't need to go over dramatize.
But what I want to know, the thing is, because you're so far on the other end of the scale, where you'd be like, we're going to win the league easy and the league will be wrapped up by January. That's why you're having a back and forth with people that you think
No,
are
because
on the
they
other
see
side.
the thing is, I
Do you
don't
still
think
think the league? Do you still think the league will be wrapped up by January now?
I don't know about that necessarily. If City can get back into form like they look like in the last two games, they look shaky.
Yeah.
They look like they're dropping. They're conceding a lot of goals. They're still winning though. That's the most important thing.
Definitely.
Where Arsenal, we drop points to Chelsea and Sunderland. But at the same time, I'm not looking at us and saying we're looking shaky either. I'm looking at us. I'm saying we're a team that's been dealing with injuries all season, managed them quite well, and now we're getting to a phase where we're going to be playing twice a week and we have our majority of our attackers back, and I'm very confident in my team. What I don't like is the fact that I feel like there's certain people like myself who are very excited and think we're going to win it, but then there's certain people who are so quick to be like, any side of adversity, we're not going to do it this season. City's going to catch up to us.
No, but you're an Arsenal fan. Like you're an Arsenal fan, so you're going to look at it from the point of view of.
Bro, I'm talking about Arsenal fans. I don't think.
No, but what I'm saying is this guy.
There's a certain set of Arsenal fans that I don't think are equipped to dealing with the pressure of being in the title race. I don't know if it's PTSD or if whatever it is, but the moment we see any side of adversity, they just don't believe this team's going to win. We need to be 15 points clear. We need to be 15 points clear for certain people to have chest.
Yeah, but until we prove it, people are always going to have that feeling about us, bro. Because we were 8 points clear with a game where Man City had a game in hand, so basically technically 5 points clear with a few games to go, and we didn't win the league. So people, this thing is always going to follow us until we break the curse, bro. That's what happens in sport. You have to break the curse. Klopp was a serial finalist that was a loser for years until he broke the curse. Everyone used to talk about Klopp in the same way. And the thing is, I think that you do. Now, let me finish. And the thing that I think you do, which you don't have to worry about, is, of course, rival fans are going to try and find chinks in our armor. That's no, one sec. That's the plan for them. That's what they need to do. So when people are writing pieces saying this is crucial for Arteta's career and this is crucial for Arsenal, and that's what they're meant to do. We, as Arsenal fans, have to stay strong and say we know what we're doing and put games in context. Like Sunderland away, they're top 4 or 5 in the league. We now know that's going to be one of the hardest fixtures for any team to play. Stamford Bridge, we know that's going to be one of the hardest fixtures for any team. Regardless, we have come out of both of those games with 2 draws, fair enough. But we know when we've come out of them games, everyone is going to struggle at those 2 grounds, regardless. And we've had a lot of fixtures. We've had Old Trafford, we've had Anfield, we've had Stamford Bridge, we've had St James's Park. We've had all of those out of the way. We've even had City at home and we've had Tottenham at home. So we've had a lot of fixtures out of the way. Chelsea have still got to go to St James's Park. Chelsea have still got to go to Anfield. So when as an Arsenal fan, we look at it like that in context. But rival fans, of course, they're going to look at, the Sharks are circling. The blue shark. Of course they are. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for chinks, isn't it? They're looking for chinks in our armor, bro.
Okay. Here's where my mindset is different. I agree with you on rivals. I agree with you that we do need to look at every game as an important game. My issue is I don't think certain Arsenal fans are built to be here for the title race. They just want to fast forward to May and see if
Yeah.
we win it or don't win it, so they can complain or be happy. Because genuinely, after playing Tottenham and Bayern, we drop points to Chelsea and City win. You can't be sitting here moaning. You just need to know that we need to
I
just
see.
go in.
I didn't see.
No,
Big up.
not you, not you.
No,
Understand?
not me. I'm saying I didn't see the stream or the thing that you're talking about, so I can't really. I'm not. You have to tell me what it is you're saying, unless you don't. You just want to talk how you're talking, but I don't really
I'm
know
just talking about
what you're
people in general. I'm
referencing.
not pointing out any specific
Yeah,
individuals.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you mean. I know who the people that you're talking about, but you got to remember, yeah, like for example, people like so Lee Gunner, Northside, Shane Gooner, Jez, DJB, or Aaron. See those guys, yeah? Like they are Arsenal fans, isn't it? Regardless of whether we agree with our views align, they are actually Arsenal fans, isn't it? And until like what you have to do in sport, you have to prove people wrong. Like that's the whole point of life. You have to prove people wrong. So people can doubt you, even in life. People will doubt you your whole life until you get to where you need to get to and you prove them wrong, bro. So Arteta has to prove. You have to remember, Agal, as much as we are Arsenal fans and we're Arteta fans, like us two personally, and we give him time, Arteta has gone half a decade with no trophies, bro. Like this is the fact on paper. Me and you are like, we give him time. We think he's got all the minerals. You know what I mean? That's if me and you and I were in the boardroom, we give Arteta time because we're aligned. But you got to remember, David Dean and the Kroenkes, they weren't aligned at one point. You get it? Usmanov and those guys. At some point, people in the boardroom are not aligned anymore, and they might. And sometimes you might have a situation where, let's imagine you and I were on the board, but we also had Aaron and Lee Gunner on the board. They would have got rid of they would want to get rid of Arteta a long time ago. We would have not been aligned. But half a decade is a long time to not win a trophy, bro. You got to remember that, like in the grand scheme of things, it's 5-6 years, bro. That's the difference between being a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old. That's two different ages. Do you know what I mean? That's a big difference, bro. So for us, we're more patient and like we give him time. We can see that I feel like he's a genius. But you have to prove that you're a genius, bro. You can't just say you're a genius in your bedroom at home. You need to go in the world and prove it. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right. Are we going to be reactionary after every game? Is it going to be a situation where we beat Brentford, we beat Aston Villa, we beat all these guys, and we have a good end of December? But if we drop points at any single point, even if City were to drop points before us, people are going to lose their shit. Because to me, it's like, in one hand, I see guys like what's his name, Yardman, saying he doesn't want to celebrate until the end of the season. But if we drop points, maybe not Chelsea, but if we were to drop points at any point throughout this run and City come 2 points behind us, best believe you're going to see everyone losing their shit.
Yeah, but when you say everyone, you mean the people that already do it, like people like you, me, a few others. We're not going to be losing our shit because we're on the patient type. But the problem is, we also like people that want Arteta gone. He has to prove them wrong. Like they're allowed their opinion the same way we are, innit? So, but he has to
do you
prove
not
them
think?
wrong.
Okay, I don't think the players are affected too much, but
Mm-hmm.
I do think all this external pressure affects the fan base more than it does the actual players in the team. I see City winning 2 games in a row that they should have probably maybe drew.
Mm-hmm.
I see some set of fans being like, you know what? I've seen enough. They're gonna drop points. They're not that consistent. But then I also see other people saying they're not playing well and they're still behind us by 2 points right now.
Yeah, but that's the context that you're seeing it as a glass half full guy. You got to remember there is a glass, and some people are glass half empty, and some are glass half full. You can look at it wherever way you want to look at it, but it's the same glass. So you saying, yeah, I look at it in that context, which is how I look at it with you. We're aligned in that respect. But some people who are saying that Arteta and we're bottling and all that type of stuff, they're also not wrong until we prove them wrong. Do you get it? Arteta has to win the league at some point, bro.
Yeah, and I'm confident. I'm confident we're gonna do it this year. But guess what? People keep changing their mind like the weather.
That's the people that are changing their mind like the weather. I'm assuming you're talking about right now we're top of the league and everyone you're thinking should be happy. That's
even
basically what you're saying.
Doesn't have to be just Arsenal fans. Everybody. And I
Yeah, but
think the
didn't
biggest
Arsenal,
hurdle is
Arsenal
not
fans?
this Brent. The biggest hurdle for me is not this Brentford game. Aston Villa this weekend. There's going to be just as many nerves because we haven't been good away at Aston Villa
Yeah, but you
last
know what? Do you know what?
last couple of years. There's been shaky performances.
I think you're doing that thing though, where you're looking too far ahead. Like we've got a game today. Like the whole Aston Brentford and the Aston Villa. Aston Villa's not even in my mind, bro.
It
Do you
was
know what I
it
mean?
was
I'm
last time
yeah.
anyway.
I can't even think about Aston Villa. Today's Brentford. If we get back on, we need to get back to winning ways against Brentford. We've got Brentford at home. On paper, that's one of the games that we should be winning. That's what I'm focused on. Aston Villa's not. I ain't even thought about Aston Villa once.
All right, what are you saying about this game?
I'm saying, well, I'm meant to be. I should have been going to the game really, but I had a couple of things to do. But
You still
like,
go. You can get a ticket.
no, I've got to. I can go. I'm just talking about in terms of timings. I got a few things to do, but in terms of what I feel about this game, I feel like it's a game that we have to win, bro, by any means necessary. Just because of what you just said about people thinking that our mentality. What we did that was really good. We drew Sunderland. We came back straight away, 1-2 games. Tottenham, Bayern Munich, back to normal. We got to do the same again. And then all of a sudden, the run of games, if you look at it on paper, is draw with Sunderland, win Tottenham, win Bayern Munich, draw with Chelsea, win Brentford. It doesn't look so bad.
I went to the Brentford game in 2024. Kai
Yeah.
Havertz header to win the game late. Last season, we
Yeah, I remember that.
drew.
2-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2023. Do you know what happened? We drew. So it's almost
That
been
was
like
away. That was away.
no. 2023, we drew at home.
Yeah, but when the Kai Havertz one was away.
No, Kai Havertz one was at home. I was there.
No, it wasn't.
2004.
The one where Kai Havertz scored the late
I
goal,
mean,
that was away.
2024. Yeah. Kai Havertz, Declan Rice in 2024.
The
Let
header
me
was away. It was away from home, no?
No, it was at home, bro. It was in it wasn't the North Bank, it was the other bank, South End.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I was there, bro. I'm telling you. I was at the game. I remember. It was Declan
Okay.
Rice, Havertz. I was actually at the game physically there. It was late. Kai Havertz saved us. It was March time.
The header.
Yeah, the header. That was in the home game. I don't know what game you're thinking about. Are you thinking about the 3-1 where Jesus
Maybe I'm
Moreno?
wrong. Maybe you're right. I thought it was away.
Are you thinking about the 3-1 where Jesus was playing last year?
I can't remember. I thought maybe you might be right. You might be right.
The game Mbuemo could have finished us numerous times, but he kept messing up. I'm just looking at Brentford.
That was away. That was away.
That was away. Yeah, I'm saying that's the game you're confusing it with, probably.
Okay.
My point is the last 4 times we played.
I'm not talking about that header. Oh, I know the header you're talking about. You're talking about the middle of the. No, I'm talking about the back post header.
No.
Yeah, you're talking about the middle of the goal header. Yeah.
Saka to Havertz, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the back. Yeah, this is Saka to Havertz as well.
When was this? What game?
I'm talking about the back post header. Yeah. No, it's this different one, different game. I know you're talking about. I know what you're talking
about. So my point is our record against Brentford at home. We drew last year. We won the year before that. We drew in 2023. We won the year after that, and then we won after that in the League Cup. So majority of the time we play them at home. It's been 3 wins, 2 draws. Quite convincing performances only in one of them. Everything has been close. It's going to be a close game, regardless who it is.
And not only that as well, they've got a striker that scored 11 goals so far this season. They're playing well. Their away form's not great, but they're playing well. So I'm only focused on Brentford and get back to winning ways. And the reason why I tell you that is because, because what happens is, me anyway, I kind of look at who other people have got as well. So after that game, if we can win this game against Brentford, we've got Aston Villa away, but we've got a game before Chelsea. Chelsea have got Bournemouth away. That ain't no easy game.
I'm not even looking at Chelsea. I'm going to keep it 100% real. I'm only looking at City. I don't think Chelsea really are in this title race.
No, they are, bro.
They're not.
They are, but why are they not?
In my opinion, I think Chelsea lack discipline. I think that's one clear,
Now,
obvious
don't do this.
reason,
Don't let's not
right?
focus. Let's not
No,
focus on Chelsea so much. They're in the title race because they're right beside us, bro. That's what
no,
a
no,
title
no.
race is. A title race is not whether
But
you
the
think.
team in second right now is City.
No, but the title race is not whether you think that they're gonna fall away or not. That doesn't.
Who's the bigger threat?
Bro, a title race is based on who is right there. So you can't
Who's the
say
bigger threat?
no, but that's not the point. You didn't. That's not what we're not arguing. Who's the bigger threat? We're arguing whether Chelsea are in a title race, and you can't say Chelsea are not in a title race when they're right next to us. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, Chelsea are in the title race, but I don't think they can go all the way. I think City can
Yeah, that's right.
actually.
Yeah, that's a different point.
I think City could go all the way, and I think City is a team that could actually threaten us. Where Chelsea, as good as they were against us on the day, I just don't think they're consistent. They could drop points. They could drop points to Leeds today, with the fact that Reece James might be rested and
Yeah, I think
Caicedo.
that's a tough game for them. I think Ellen Road's a tough game for them. No, I think
Yeah,
that's a real
it's
hard
a tough
game.
game
But
for
and
anybody.
Caicedo's out for 3 games as well. But the difference is as well is I still think Chelsea are right now they're mature enough to maintain a good thing. But like I haven't been impressed with City either, bro. Like
The
City have
thing
been
about
I'm not impressed with City either. So as much as you're not impressed with Chelsea, I'm not impressed with City.
the thing about City is they have a player who's head and shoulders above everybody else, Erling Haaland, who can carry their team to victory on a regular basis.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just not as impressed with them as like they. The fact is, what people are more worried about with City is the fact that they know that they can do it. Do you get it? That's the point. You know what you can get with City. You know City can do this. That's what you're worried about. With Chelsea, we don't know yet. But also, Chelsea have got a history of doing the unthinkable. They always do this when they're not in the games. They always find a way of winning trophies or picking up trophies. The only team in the last few years that has been so at the highest level but haven't won trophies is us. Everyone else around us, unfortunately, has been winning trophies. Even Tottenham are picking up European Cups. So we're the only team that are, in essence, a top team that are not winning trophies. So when people say things like, yeah, well, you're doubting Arsenal or you're doubting Arteta or you're doubting these guys, I can understand why you're doubting these players and this manager because, like I said, we're the only team that hasn't been winning trophies. Half a decade is a long time to win no trophy, bro.
No, I hear
We
it. Big up Turkish, man.
be honest.
Big up Turkish. I see Turkish in the chat. What is he saying?
Big up Turkish, my G. That's my broski from.
What did he say? City have that second half of the season record, though. A lot of their players have shown they can go for it
when the chance
is there.
Yeah, he's not. That's the truth. And the thing is, we know what you have to remember. Yeah, before this last couple of seasons, City won 4 in a row. You have to remember before Guardiola got here, yeah, they were talking about can Guardiola come and bring his football to England? That's what they were talking about. Do you think he can do it in England? That football won't work over here and all stuff like that. Not only did he do that, he came over here, dominated, and started beating Ferguson's.
And the 2 people he's facing right now are his proteges, basically.
But he's not. But Guardiola hasn't lost a battle like an error battle. So you know, in football you have errors. Yeah, he's never lost one. He had one with Mourinho. He won that. He had one with Klopp. He won that. He's never lost. Even with Sir Alex Ferguson, he's beaten him loads of times in Champions League finals. Guardiola's never lost a battle of errors ever. So this new era now that Guardiola's going through now, where he's kind of, you feel like he's having to reevaluate and kind of rejuvenate the squad. Don't think that people don't believe that he can get it done. He's only been 1 year. He hasn't won the league, you know.
Someone said to me yesterday that City tend to be better after Christmas. They haven't even gotten into form yet. So I'm not necessarily thinking we've even seen the best of anybody. Forget about Arsenal, Chelsea. We haven't seen the best of anybody yet. Arsenal haven't peaked. I can tell you that for sure. City haven't peaked yet. Nobody's really been at their best yet.
When you say haven't peaked, are you talking about in terms of performances or results?
In terms of performances, in terms of overall performances and consistency. Although we're currently 17 games unbeaten, we've not looked at our best yet. And I could say the same thing about City.
I don't know what our best is though. Like I don't know what our best is. I feel like What is our? I don't know what our best is. Like
Our
when you say
best
our
is
best, what is
our
that?
best
What does
is
that look like?
Saliba and Gabriel at the back doing what they do. Our best player, our best player,
Oh, you mean
some
our
of
best player? You mean our best players on the pitch?
our best players playing together and
Okay, yeah.
playing with some level of cohesion and understanding of each other. I feel like City haven't either had that with Rodri being out for majority of the time. So there is that in your back of your mind. There is, you know what, the threat of City. I just don't view Chelsea the same way. As much as I do have some respect for a lot of their players, I just don't view them as
Yeah.
the same way because they haven't been able to do
No,
it.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I just think we'll be don't take the eye off the ball, innit? Because what we tend to do as Arsenal fans, we kind of get a little bit carried away a little bit too quickly, and I feel like if we
Everyone
don't
does.
take Chelsea, this is why I was really irritated with the fact that we didn't win against Chelsea, because I thought 10 men, we've got an opportunity to dump them right down there and put a big gap between us and them. This is what I was really irritated with that game. Even though in the grand scheme of things, a draw at Stamford Bridge is not a bad result, but overall, 10 men, I'm thinking you've got a chance now to almost take them out of the race. You're meant to kill your rivals, bro.
But
Do
you
you
know, 10
understand? When
men
you got
changes the mentality of the
but what I'm
players.
saying is, I know Arteta is thinking the same thing I'm thinking. You're when you're rivals, you've got an opportunity to put your rivals in the dump. That's what you do. You take. Remember, yeah, when Sir Alex Ferguson and them teams used to play our teams. Do you know what they used to do to us, bruv? They used to beat us 8-2 and stuff like that because he wanted to make sure that you kill your rivals. We played Bayern Munich. We lost 10-2 on aggregate, bro. We used to lose 5-1 and 6-1 at Anfield. Liverpool beat us 5-1 at our ground.
We just beat Tottenham 4-1 and Bayern
No,
3-0.
I know that. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying, I'm talking about the fact that what I needed on Sunday was this mentality of you need to kill Chelsea. Do you get it?
I think there was a level of fatigue. I don't think people really want to hear it. I do think there's a level of build up play being disrupted with the fact that both Saliba and Gabriel are out of the picture. And I just don't think some of these things are things that people really want to discuss because it's like, oh, it's almost like you're making excuses, but the actual reality in the situation is that Arsenal's build-up play does rely on Saliba and Gabriel being able to make those first passes to break the lines, to get to the players, to then make it work higher up the pitch. Where Declan Rice, I felt like had to do more of a centre back role, almost sitting in the back line, helping them out at times because they were playing. He was almost playing in a back three at times, letting the fullbacks go forward. And the way that we played versus Chelsea was just not good enough and not at the standard that we usually play at. And off the back of a busy week, I kind of it makes sense, but Chelsea also have experience playing with 10 men. They've had a lot of situations this season where they've gone down to 10 men. So maybe they've learned from those situations and they were better prepared in this game. Where in comparison, I seen Maresca take off all his attackers versus Manchester United. He didn't do that versus us today, the
Yeah,
other day.
yeah. I mean,
He made the right substitutions, and Arteta, he also made the right substitutions. He brought on all the attackers. He brought on Odegaard. He brought on Gyökeres. He pushed. He tried to go for it.
I
We
don't think
just
he made. I think the one substitution that he made that was wrong is he needed to have kept Eze on the pitch. Eze is a natural match winner. Eze has to stay on the pitch in those situations. We've got a man extra. You can carry a man. I don't think we needed to have swapped Eze. You should have shifted Eze to the left and put
But you say
Odegaard.
that, but Moreno was the one that got the goal. So
Moreno
who
should have
would
been
you
off
have
the pitch
taken?
long time.
But Moreno got the goal. So who would you have taken
I
off?
know Moreno got the goal, but what I'm saying is Moreno was the reason why we had such a bad game. He had such a
Seriously,
poor game. He was so bad. Marino's
I didn't think
Marino
I
plays
didn't think
Marino
Martinez.
plays Marino plays either a 9 or a 3. He's one or the other. There's no in between with him. He's like, even if Marino had played at a 6, our fluidity would have been a lot better. But Marino was so bad. His passing was so. Go watch the game again. His passing was. This is why I don't do watch-alongs no more.
His passing was bad.
This is why I don't do watch-alongs, because the reason why I don't do watch-alongs is because I say too much and I say a lot of stuff, and I don't want to have to go back and regret what I'm saying. So I don't do live watch-alongs anymore. I was going ballistic at Marino. Marino did everything wrong, bro. So
The whole team was sloppy, but Eze and Martinelli for me were worse. Martinelli was
I'm not Martinelli's terrible anyway. We know that. I'm
Martinelli
talking.
didn't offer us anything. Eze didn't really offer us much because they
No,
were
no, no,
parts.
no, but the difference is DEEGAL, the difference is with Eze is he can do so. He can do something. That's the difference with Eze. With Eze, even if he's not playing well, there's only a certain amount of players and certain people that can do something out of the ordinary. So, for example, Saka, even if he's not playing well, more often than not, if you need a goal, you're going to keep him on the pitch because he can create out of nothing. Eze is exactly the same type of player. So you keep Eze on the pitch, especially when Chelsea have 10 men. That's the last player you want to take off.
Hey, but the thing is, with Odegaard available to play and in the game, and Moreno there as another person who can help out and be a battering ram and help you get goals, plus Gyökeres coming onto the pitch, I understand why he did it. Moreno
Yeah. I understand why.
Did he sub off? Did he sub off Eze after Moreno scored? I can't remember.
I think it might have been before.
Was it after or before?
I think it was before.
It was after. So he subbed off.
No, I think it was before.
No, I'm looking at it right now, brother. He subbed, and we scored in the 60th minute, and then he subbed off Eze 12 minutes later. So he left him on until the 72nd minute. It's not like he took him off early.
Yeah, but we weren't winning the game.
No, we were drawing 1-1.
Yeah, we need to win the game, bro.
No, I understand that, but my point is, at the time that he subbed,
I'm not listen. Do you know what it is? I think
I don't have any criticism over him subbing.
No, you know what it is? Like, I don't think that game in particular, I can really look at this and say, you should have done this, or you should have done that, or blah, 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 because I feel like
he did everything he could.
Sometimes certain games work, sometimes they don't work. I'm just saying, for me personally, Eze is a type of player that you keep on the pitch when you really need a goal, especially if he's not playing well, because I feel like it's players like that can do a moment of magic or do something that you can't account for. You see, no tactics can create an Eze goal. Like, no matter what Eze does, that's got nothing to do with tactical nous or training or anything like that. He can do his own thing. So Arteta can't coach that. So, and what he can't coach, you can't coach a match winner or character, or you can't coach a player that can take the game by the scruff of the neck. Declan Rice, who's playing so well now, that's got nothing to do with tactics. Yes, you moved him forward and you can take corners and do certain things. Yes, you tweaked a few things, but Declan Rice being a captain and being a man and stature on the pitch, that's got nothing to do with tactics. When we bought him because we know he can take the game by the scruff of the neck. Declan Rice is all of a sudden now one of our most important players. That's not tactical genius by Arteta. That's Declan Rice as a man. Eze, you bought him to do when he's not playing well, to create moments like he did against Crystal Palace. Didn't do anything in the game, scored the winner, scissor kick. That's why Eze is in the team and why he should be playing. And that's what I believe.
In all due respect, I understand that, but Moreno had a moment, got us a goal, and I just don't think Arteta was in a sticky situation. He already brought on Odegaard. He's already bringing on Gyökeres. I just think his thought process is Moreno just scored. Moreno got an assist in the previous game. Moreno got a goal in the previous game before that. I know Eze got a hat-trick versus Tottenham, but in his mind, he's probably thinking to himself, it's basically like playing with a 4-4-2 with him and Gyökeres there. And it's basically like having two strikers in that situation. So I'm not necessarily too bothered with the substitution of Eze. I understand your point, but I just don't think it's something where I would draw the line and say this was a big mistake.
No, I'm not. Listen. When we talk as Arsenal fans at the moment, like, we have to kind of unpick every little detail, innit? This is what we're doing because we're going for the title. So the same conversation that Arteta and his coaching staff will be doing, they'll be having the same convo, but in more depth. So it's not like, oh, you did everything wrong. It's not. I'm not angry with Arteta or the players. I'm just saying there's a few things that I would have done differently. But obviously, as two Arsenal fans, we've got to unpick it.
Let me show you something. This was the team that we played with against Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Right away, what changes do you think will be made? I think obviously Martinelli will be changed. I think
Zubimendi. Well, it depends on what you were talking about for today's game, Brentford. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should really go to the game. I don't know what I'm doing. But if you're talking about for Brentford, if you're talking about for Brentford,
you should go.
There'll be. I think this game is going to be hard for us to figure out what he's going to do, and I'll tell you why. We don't know the injuries, so we don't know. He said Saliba's a matter of days. What does that mean? Does that mean today, or does that mean for Saturday? We have no idea.
Same with Trossard.
Same with Trossard. So we don't know. I doubt he'll risk Trossard, but I could also see a world where what he does, he plays Eze left and Odegaard in the 10. I can see that.
Do you think Miles Lewis Skelly starts?
No. Why would Lewis Skelly start? He's been terrible. He's been
All right.
terrible. Every time he's had an opportunity to play, he's been awful, bro.
Do you
He's
think
been terrible.
Zubamendi's out for Norgard?
No? Why would Zubimendi be out for Norgard?
I'm just asking questions.
Absolutely not.
Do
We need to win this game. Don't take this game lightly, bro.
Do you shift Eze out wide and bring in Odegaard? Or
Yeah, yeah. If it means not having Martinelli,
take out Zubamendi and bring in Odegaard?
Absolutely not.
So
Rice and Zubimendi. Eze goes left, Odegaard goes on the 10. And Marino doesn't start either. That's Gyökeres.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's doing there.
That was the lineup for the previous game. So you're saying pretty much go full strength.
What do you mean pretty much? Every game I'm going full strength. You can't take no game like listen.
I'm not saying you got to take a game lightly, but I am saying there is going to be rotation. There's going to be games where you're going to see there's going to be a game where you're going to see Norgard start. There's going to be a game where you're going to see both Eze and Odegaard start with Declan Rice.
I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite of that. I'm the opposite of that, bro. I'm not doing that. That this one needs a rest and that one. I'm not doing that. Well, I'm the complete opposite of that. I'm playing every single player that we can play. When they need a rest is when, like, you kind of got a chance to rest them. No, wait, let me finish. What I'm saying is, don't take any Premier League game lightly. This game, no, you are. When people say rest, no, you are. Let me tell you why. Because when people say rest them for Brentford, and we need to freshen up the squad, that means you're taking this game lighter than you're taking Chelsea, because you would never say to rest Rice against Chelsea. Do you understand? So you wouldn't say to rest Rice against Chelsea, but you would say to rest Rice against Brentford because you think it's an easier game.
I'm not saying rest Rice. I think we have enough midfield options where we can still have great performances with or without Zubamendi, with or without Calafiori, with or without Martinelli.
No, Calafiori and certain players, we've got replacements that I wouldn't be upset if they played. So, for example, like I could say if Madueke played instead of Martinelli, I'm not ranting and raving because they're both
or Eze or Trossard,
Yeah, not Eze or Trossard. Eze is a level above Martinelli and that. Well, I'm giving an example between Martinelli and Madueke and stuff. Eze is clearly better than those guys. But in terms of Lewis Skelly, but in terms of Lewis Skelly and Calafiori, if I see Lewis Skelly playing, I'm not upset because our squad is deep enough. But if you drop Rice for Norgard, I'm fuming.
Nobody's saying drop Rice for Norgard. Okay, I don't think Rice is getting dropped.
No, I'm giving an example. I'm saying I think our better players, the players on the pitch, like the Sakas, because people always see people on stream saying, "Oh, rest Saka," and I'm saying, "What do you mean rest Saka? Like rest him when? What do you want to rest him for? What? To do what?"
He just came back from injury. Yeah, I get it. My thing is the best way to rest these guys is blow the team out, beat them 2-3-0 after 45 minutes, and 60-minute mark you can take off a bunch of players. That's the best way to rest them.
We make it sound so. You think this is FIFA?
No, but bro, this is what we were doing 2003, 2004 season. We were blowing out teams.
That's 20 years ago, bro. It's 20 years ago.
2 years ago.
You said 2003, 2004.
No, 23, 24. 23, 24. That's what I meant.
We didn't win the league.
We were blowing out teams and we were resting some of our players second half of the games. That's what
that's the problem. We didn't win the league, so it didn't work.
No, the approach worked because we were consistent throughout that period. We won every single game bar one.
But we didn't win the league.
2. I get it. We didn't win the league. I'm talking about the level of consistency and how we found moments to rest players. Obviously, at that point, we weren't in the cup competitions, so that was another thing.
We're not resting players. We're not resting players because they've got a wedding to go to.
We're
resting players because we want them to be better for
the
game to win the league.
I'm not speaking about rest. I believe we have quality players throughout the whole team. There's going to be rotation, and you're going to have to get used to it. It doesn't mean every single game Declan Rice starts every single game for the whole period from now till January. No, that's not going to happen. Declan Rice is going to have a game where he doesn't necessarily start. There's
I
going to be
understand that.
games.
I understand that. But what I'm
There's going to
saying
be
is,
games where Zubamendi's on the bench, and you
bro,
have all these guys out there.
I
I'm not saying we're going to
I get
bench
it.
them. I'm
I
not saying
get
we're
it.
going to rotate. I'm not going to say we're going to disrespect an opponent. I'm simply saying Arteta needs to find the perfect balance on
Yeah.
how he's going to get players opportunities to have some fresh legs and bring in fresh legs, plus keep these guys fresh, because there's going to be tougher games down the road.
There's not
You're
this. See,
telling
don't say there's going to be tougher games down the road. Don't say that. Don't say
we're
stuff like that.
no, but we're going to have injuries if we
But
continuously
don't say
play
there's
our
going to
best
be tougher
players.
games. There is no. Even if you have a tough game in 3 weeks, or Brentford, they're
Okay,
both
you're
only 3
nitpicking.
points.
You're
No, I'm not.
nitpicking
I'm
with
not. No, let me tell you why.
you're
Let me tell you why.
nitpicking
Let me
with
tell you
my
why.
wording. You're
No,
nitpicking
I'm
with my
not.
wording.
I'm not. I'll tell you why I'm not nitpicking, because that's the same mentality, yeah, that makes you think that Chelsea's game is more important than Brentford. And I'm trying to explain
I've
to you,
not
it's
said
the
that.
same importance. It's exactly the same importance. People can't say, "Oh, rest him against Chelsea, but don't rest him against." Rest him against Brentford. Don't rest him against Chelsea. To me, it's the same 3 points. It's the same game. This is the reason why we haven't won the league, because what we do, we take certain games lighter than others. We cannot do that anymore. This game today, we have to win the same mindset as we go in, like it's a North London derby.
Okay.
That's the mindset we have to do.
So Brentford at home, full strength.
Yeah,
Aston Villa at
absolutely.
home, full strength.
Full
Are you
strength.
basically playing the same team, or are you making any changes?
No, it depends on the tactical. Like, the only reason why I'm making changes for tactics. So, for example, you might say Marino instead of Gyökeres because of this or because of that, or you might say Jesus is fit now, so he might be able to play on the left because he's playing better than Martinelli. Stuff like that, I can understand that, but I'm not resting players based on, oh yeah, this game's easier than that game. I'm only taking players out for tactical reasons, or for reasons like they got niggles, or this one is really struggling at the minute. Stuff like that. I'm not taking no one's. Listen, resting players and all that stuff. I don't even want to hear that word.
All
I
right.
don't want to hear rest.
What about in the Champions League versus Club Brugge? Would you make rotations in that game? We're
The
quite
Premier League,
comfortable.
the
We're
Premier
quite
League,
comfortable in the champ.
The Premier League takes priority for me.
Oh, so now you're picking and choosing.
No, I'm talking about the Premier League. I'm saying the Premier League takes priority for me. Like, I'm focused on the Premier League this year. I'm not even focused on the League Cup.
So
I don't
in the
care
League Cup quarterfinal versus Palace, are you rotating? You're playing a strong team.
against. It depends when it is. When is it? It depends what's
It
going on
is
around it.
okay. It's literally right in the middle of the Christmas period, so
That's
it's
at
on the
home. That game's at
20th.
home, isn't it? That game's at home.
So it's in between Everton and Brighton. So we play Everton on the Saturday. We play Tuesday versus Crystal Palace. Then we play the following Saturday versus Brighton.
Good question. I'll have to think about that one.
So
You have to ask me closer to the time, though.
you're gonna have to rotate somewhere, because
That's a good question, guy. That's a good question. You got me stuck there. You got me stuck. That's a good question.
that's 8 days. That's 8 days where you got 3 games. The Club Brugge situation, we play Aston Villa on Saturday, we play Club Brugge on Wednesday, then we play Wolves. Are we saying, I'm personally looking at that, I'm saying you play your strongest team versus Villa, you rotate slightly. This is where the Norgards and everybody else get some game time versus Club Brugge. And then versus Wolves, you don't want to take them lightly either. So you
I'll
go
take the
and
Premier League. To me, I'm taking the Premier League more serious, and that's what I'm focused on. I'll be honest. The Champions League, I'm focused on when we like in relation to getting through to the latter stages. Then there's no rests. Like, but the Premier League to me is priority number one.
yeah.
That's how I'm seeing. I don't know how you see it, but that's number one
I'm
priority.
not disrespecting Club Brugge, but I'm pretty confident even with a Norgard playing, we can
I
still
don't
get
care about that. I don't even care about that
as
game.
well. Like, look at what we did versus Red Star Belgrade. We played Norgard, Waneri, we played Hincapie left back, Moreno up top, and we still won the game 3-0. So it's like I'm pretty confident the team can make rotation and still win. But will we try that in the league?
Our squad's deep, but we should be able to make rotation.
But will we try those kind of rotations in the league? And would you feel comfortable with the team being rotated in the league?
That's what I said. What I said to you is the same thing I said earlier. It depends on what you class as rotation. So when it comes down to tactical rotation, so for example, if we played Trossard instead of playing Martinelli, or Martinelli came in instead of playing Eze, I can understand the tactical side of it. But don't tell me, one sec, let me finish. Don't tell me that we're gonna rest Declan Rice because he needs a rest against Brentford because it's an easier game. Absolutely not.
How about this?
So that 3 points. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why again. Because that 3 points against Brentford is the same 3 points that you get against Aston Villa. It's no different. It doesn't make no difference. It doesn't make no difference whether he plays with Aston Villa or plays at Brentford. It's the same 3 points.
Okay. To avoid any situation where I just say something wrong, I'm just gonna make it clear. I think there's gonna be moments where we're gonna see a midfield three with Odegaard and Eze. There's going to be games where we're going to see a midfield three without Rice in there. There's going to be even games down the road where we're going to see a front three where Eze is playing on the left and Odegaard's playing in the 10. I think there's going to be all sorts of different combinations, and this is where he's going to experiment against the Wolves, against Everton, against Palace in the League Cup. There's going to be experimentation to see what lineups can work, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. We're still trying to figure out what the best Arsenal is. We don't know what the best 11 is. We don't know what our best team looks like yet. We haven't seen our best players out there playing together.
I know what the best team looks like.
No, but we haven't seen them playing together. When have we seen the back line, the midfield, and the attack?
No, we haven't because of injuries, but we all know what the best team is. The whole.
Do you have Odegaard and Eze in the same team?
Of course, Odegaard centre in the 10 and Eze on the left. Everyone
some
knows
people,
that.
some people would say to you that's ludicrous. Eze should not ever start on the left. He should only be in the 10.
No, they wouldn't.
No,
the only reason why now is because Trossard's on form. So that's what the difference is. Because Trossard's on form. With Eze in the 10, Eze is more of a match winner and scores more goals and more assists. But it hurts our gameplay. When Odegaard's in the 10, our fluidity is a lot better. But you need Eze on the pitch, so he has to go to the left. So everybody knows that, but what their thing is, Trossard's playing well, so he needs to stay in the team, and Eze scores goals from the 10, so he needs to be in the 10. It's more like that, based on who's on form. But in terms of the best players in the team, everybody knows Eze left, Odegaard in the 10, Saka right, and Yoko's up front. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying make 10 changes. I think most likely, what did we do today? So we made two changes. We took out Martinelli and we took out Moreno. Those were our two changes in this game.
Yeah, they're bench players.
I think the game versus Aston Villa is going to be a lot more physical, and that's where you're going to see what do you call it, a situation where do you play Zubimendi and Rice in this game versus Brentford, and in that game also versus Aston Villa, or do you rotate and bring in another player?
This is where you and I have this thing again. Aston Villa's not in my mind yet.
No, but I'm saying we play the game versus Brentford. The lineup is complete. The next game, do you then say to yourself, you're playing the same lineup again?
It depends if we win or not. I don't know. You have to ask me this question after the game. Aston Villa is not in my mind. That's days away. We've got a game today. If we don't win today's game, I guarantee you, you're going to be so vexed. You're not even going to be focused on Aston Villa today. You see, right now, the reason why we're focusing on Aston Villa is because we feel like we've already won the Brentford game. We haven't won that game yet.
I'm not talking about it as in...
Not you. No, trust me. I know what I'm saying. I promise you, I know exactly what I'm saying. Every time we talk about Aston Villa game and focus on and think we're going to plan for Aston Villa, we haven't even played the Brentford game today. If we do not win, get 3 points today, I guarantee you're going to be so upset that we didn't get 3 points against Brentford that you're not even going to think about the Aston Villa game for about 2 days. Guaranteed.
No, you're right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We have to go Brent. We have to focus on Brentford. That's the only thing I'm worried about is today's game. We got a game today.
When the managers are picking the teams, do you not think they pick the teams with the future games in mind also?
Yeah, that's their job.
So when they're planning, how do they
we don't have the information that they got. If I saw that Declan Rice has got a niggle on his hamstring, for example, and he's got to take painkillers, and he comes to me in training and says he can only play one of the games this week, then of course I'm gonna have different ideas based on what he's told me. I don't have that information, so I don't have to think like that. I'm gonna think about how I can think right now. Like it's 11 players and pick your team. I don't have to think about Norgard's got a back pain or Gabriel's got a knee pain. I don't have to think like that because I don't know the ins and outs.
So
Obviously, Arteta's gonna have to think like that because obviously Jesus is telling him, "Oh, can I, like even that you see that Ledley King, for example, yeah, Ledley King never train. He wasn't allowed to train. He never ever trained because he couldn't train and then play a match. So he never used to train. So if you're managing a player like Ledley King, you know, okay, he can't train today. He can only play. Let's keep him for the tough game, for example. Let's not. Maybe we don't need to play him for Brentford. I can understand that mindset then if you have that information, but I don't have the information that these guys have. As far as I'm concerned, they're all 100% fit. Simple.
First.
That's how I got to see it. That's how I'm judging it. If I was to judge it like with all the information in front of me, it would be a different mindset, innit? But I can't.
You know, one thing I gotta say, thank God we went and got Hinkapia and Eze, and we didn't just stop at Gyökeres. Thank God.
Thank God we got Nkapia and who?
Because imagine we stopped after signing Gyökeres and Madueke. And
Would you big up Malik? What do you mean this is a different D? What are you talking about, bro? What's the other about? big up the chat, man. Big up. Make sure you lot are liking and subscribing. And big up my boy Gal, man.
People don't realize when you have a debate partner, it makes the conversation easier.
I know. Me and the girl, yeah, it's so funny because we actually think alike and then think so different at the same time. It's actually
no, but crazy. You know what it is? Everybody thinks similar until you granularly break it down to the final point which they disagree on, and then you speak about that disagreement. I feel like most of the time people who agree with each other, they agree with each other, but they don't find that topic that they actually can debate or speak about. And somehow we keep finding that topic within just regular discussion.
Yeah, of course. But I do feel, like I say, it's a lot easier sometimes when you're online. Because I found being online, you kind of lose the normality of talking to people about football, which is what I've tried to start doing a bit more. I don't want to do the tribalism thing too much. I think it's kind of tiring my mind out a bit. You lost, haha, we lost, haha. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
Did you used to watch First Take?
No, what's that?
There's a guy named Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman used to have a show.
Oh, yeah. I know the guys you're talking about. Yeah, what about them?
Yeah. So Stephen A. Smith's whole thing was that he would never say anything wild. He would just disagree with everyone's wild takes. And the people would have to somehow come up with a wild take almost every day. How are you going to come up with 7 wild takes every single day for the whole
I don't have time. Basically what I'm saying is I think there's a difference between football, like, I don't know what this is, but what it is, and then content creators, isn't it? I don't think I'm a content creator. Obviously I create content, but I think there's a difference between the two. Like, I can't do the whole entertainment thing. I just rather just talk about football, and I think that's the difference of what we're doing now. I think it makes it a lot easier for me.
I was doing skits going into the Chelsea game, so I can make content, but I can also just talk sports. I'm used to both.
I feel like but I can't do. That's why I stopped. Like I say, that's why I stopped doing watchalongs, man. I can't.
I stopped doing watchalongs.
I see people throwing their chairs about and all that. I ain't got time for all that, bruv. Like, people, I ain't got time for that. They're jumping around. People rolling around on the floor. I see a man rolling on the floor and he's putting his legs up in the air. I'm like, what is going on here?
You're talking about Caicedo.
I ain't got time for all that type of stuff. I'm I'm in nursery. I'm a grown man, fam. Like, man's trying to talk about football for real. Like, and I'm actually emotional about this game. You see, when I watch football, yeah, this is why, like I said, I stopped doing watch-alongs. When I watch football, I'm fuming. I'm vexed, blood. Like, don't get it twisted. I am so pissed off, and it ruins my day and my weekend. I don't even want to watch no other games if Arsenal lose. I don't care about any other game. Like, I get vexed.
I don't get as mad mid-game because I know, like, call me crazy. I feel like if I get super mad in like a first half, the team ends up proving me wrong in the second half. So I just kind of like wait until the game's over, and then once the game's over, I'm like, that was fucking shit, wasn't it?
No, but you see, what these content creators do, and everyone's, as soon as this one rings that one, and that one rings that one, and this one rings that one, and that one rings that one, and then this one goes on that one stream, and this one, I ain't got bruv. Like I'm not doing all
No,
that.
but you gotta remember, some of these guys, they do.
No,
They do
if we win, I can understand the calling thing. I'll call you. We won. How and all that. That's cool, innit? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of man, it's a content thing, innit? Like it's
I
content.
seen
Everyone's
Troops
online.
was pissed at Lee Gunner calling him when Jamaica got
I'll be
knocked out.
pissed as well. But you have to remember as well. He's watching Jamaica, and where I'll be vexed as well. But I'm not ringing my phone. I'm not on all that. Like not everything's content, bro. Like sometimes you gotta know when and when not. Like sometimes it's tribalism. Like there's
But
a
you know
tribalism
something?
thing in football.
This is where football is going down the wrong path. There's the agendas and the hatred and the tribalism has gone to a point where I just feel like we can't have normal conversations. And sometimes certain things, hating on certain things just doesn't make sense. Like, for example, why would I hate on an up and coming like team like Sunderland? Yeah, we drew against them. I'm not going to hate on them. I understand the rivalry between Arsenal and Chelsea and Spurs and all those other things, but just hating on everyday football, I wouldn't do that.
No, but rival fans are meant to hate us, innit? Like rivals are not meant to
No, I
like.
get that. I'm saying,
You know what I
why
mean?
would you
They're
hate
not supposed to like you. Rivals are meant to hate you, innit? That's what
on?
rival. That's why you're called a rival, innit? You're not. I don't expect other rival teams to like me. I expect them to try and troll me and to wind me up. That's
I
their
don't
job.
even expect honest. I don't expect honest criticism anymore. Like, shout out to LB, cool guy, great content creator. Yesterday, he came out with some nonsense stating that Declan Rice needed to do more in the game versus Chelsea, and he was poor.
Who you talking about? The Man City boy, Man City guy.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
He said that Declan. Yeah, but that's what he thinks, isn't it?
And I'm like, I disagree. I explained to him why I disagree, but then at a
Mm.
certain point, I just felt like it went down the corner of, oh, what do you call it? Foden gets criticism like this, so I guess he's just imitating the same level of criticism that Foden gets.
Yeah, but you get too wrapped up in the he said she said though, man. Like you're in the he said she said way too much. Like you always worry. Like how do you get time to watch all these people? Like you worry about what this one said and what that one said, and he said this. Like you worry
Usually,
too
they're
much.
saying it straight to my face. That's why I'm
Yeah,
not.
but you worry too much about what these people say, bruv. Like you need to get out of that, bruv. Like you need to stop worrying about what these guys are saying so much. Like you're in that content creator thing as well, though, because you say mad stuff as well. You say mad things online, and I'm looking at you
No,
thinking,
but
why?
you know the thing is, anything that I've said, if you actually take 1 minute to listen to what I said, you'd understand it.
No, we had the back and forth a couple of weeks ago. You said to me Arsenal will have the league wrapped up by January. Remember? And I was like,
No,
what are you talking
I
about?
said that Arsenal could if Man City and
I
Liverpool
know, but
continue to
thinking
struggle.
like that, yeah, but thinking like that it sounds mad. You know what I'm saying? Like January is.
Players don't think like that.
I know that, but what I'm saying is those takes. It's like it sounds crazy to say Arsenal could have the league wrapped up by January. Like for us to have the league wrapped up by January is like has that even been done before?
I said February, but
You
we're
said
January.
January. You said January.
All right, whatever. I don't remember exactly what month I said, but
No, I know you don't remember, but my point I'm trying to make. One point I'm trying to make is like the content creator world. Like you gotta like we as adults have got to try and be rational with our mindset when we're talking about Arsenal because people are waiting for us to fail.
the
I'm
most
saying,
controversial thing I said yesterday was, or this week was, do you think Norgard should start versus Brentford? And it was like every comment was yes, no, we should rotate, no, we shouldn't, yes, we should, no, we shouldn't, yes, we should, no, we shouldn't. And then one person even came out with the 11 and they're like, yeah, play, what do you call it? Norgard, Madueke, Odegaard, Eze, Martinelli, Gyökeres, rest Saka, and Declan Rice, and Zubamendi. I'm like, what the fuck?
what are you talking about? What are you on about? Are you talking about a stream that you was on?
No, I just posted on Twitter. I'm like, Arsenal fans thought on Norgard getting starting versus Brentford midweek, and you're
I
like,
don't want Norgard starting versus Brentford.
and you got like, what do you call it? 1,600 people just saying yes or no. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
but
the heck?
you do that for engagement, though, innit? Like you do
No,
that for
I'm genuinely asking a question.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. Do you know
on,
what it
and
is? You know
it's
what
not,
you know what I read about you? You're actually really clever. You're actually really clever. I've realized what you're doing. You
what
even
do
do
you
it.
mean?
You actually really even do it to me. You even
No,
get me.
but it's an
You
honest question.
no, because the acting's good as well. Your acting's quite good as well. Your acting's quite good as well. It's really, really clever. You're
No,
really
I'm
clever.
actually insulted. You're taking the piss now. You're saying
What
I'm
are you
acting.
insulted for? You do engagement. That's what you do. You say
Bro,
things for engagement.
this is a legitimate question. When should we play Norgard versus former team Brentford midweek at
Yeah,
home
but
at
you
the
just said
moment?
no. But you just said a minute ago. But everyone was saying this and everyone was saying that, and you find it mad that people were going back and forth about it. But what do
Yeah,
you mean?
because I honestly thought this was I tweet this all the time. I just thought it was a normal question that wouldn't get this much engagement. I was in shock that it got the level of engagement that it did because Norgard is a bit part player. He's not a main starter. For him to start versus Brentford, his former team, maybe makes sense. But the way that people are moving, some people are saying we should rest 5 players. Some people are saying no, he shouldn't even be on the pitch until it's a game like what do you call it? The Champions League game coming up.
No, I don't think we should rest anyone. I think we've gone through that already. We've gone through that. I don't think we should. I apologize if you feel insulted though, because people in the chat are saying you feel insulted. I didn't mean to insult you, by the way. I hope you know that.
Now
I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know what part, but I apologize if you felt insulted. But no, I feel like there's some people that like when like you say things or certain people, not just you, certain people online. I feel like certain things I'll be like, okay, yeah, that's clearly an engagement thing. And certain people will be like, oh yeah, that he means that way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. But you might say it's different. I don't know. Like I actually genuinely feel like when certain people say stuff, like I feel like it's obvious it's clearly an engagement thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like I don't know. I thought that was obvious, but maybe
I don't think Norgard is a hot take. I was literally
no,
I think
I was talking about when you said that this team might will do the Invincibles and stuff like that when we were having a conversation. Remember, you were saying we like Arteta could win double Champions Leagues, and remember the conversation we had a couple of weeks ago. Remember?
yeah, that's just wishful thinking. That's not really like a reality at this moment in time. But because we won, if we would have spoke after the Bayern game, best believe everyone was speaking about can we do the double? Can we do Champions League
Yeah,
lead?
but it's too early. It's November, bruv.
I know, but you do realize it goes up and down like the weather. This is just how
That's
it's
why
gonna
I'm
be.
saying it's engagement. That's what I'm saying. Sky Sports do it as well. It's not just us. Sky Sports and
No, but
TNT Sports do it as well.
There's a difference between engagement and what's trending. So, for example, when Thomas Frank out is trending, when Declan Rice Ballon d'Or is trending, when these things are trending, some things are trending. There's legitimate questions, and then there's some things that are just bullshit.
I feel like when people put a statement like if you put something like Arsenal will win the quadruple, or that's an engagement thing, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm basically saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is not right in the video. I'm saying there's certain things that are clearly for people to click on the video, innit? You know what I'm saying? That's the point I was making. But it is what it is, man. Either way, man. You know
Bro,
what
I'm
saying?
actually gonna go live after this. If you want to redirect to me,
You going live, yeah?
I'm gonna set up my stream now.
Yeah, set up your stream. Set up your stream. Let me redirect over.
1
You know
second.
what I'm saying?
Let me just make it. Haven't even made it
What you
yet.
what's your what are you talking about on there?
I'm gonna just talk about the preview. There's a Japanese guy we're after, a goalkeeper we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna probably talk about that too. But I haven't even done like a title or anything. So
That's
I'll
all right,
just
man. The people them are the people over here, they're trenchy, man.
yeah. You know the thing is, I think people think Ballon d'Or for Rice is wild, but I don't think it's as wild
Ballon
as
d'Or
people
for
think.
Rice.
Yeah, because
I wouldn't say that's wild, but it's just not necessary.
If England win and
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal win, he's gonna be at the top of one of the guys at the top of the queue.
What's that? Arsenal Brentford preview, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think like Rice for Ballon d'Or right now I think he's playing really well, but I don't know if that's really what we need to be pushing currently. Like I heard remember the other day we was on the thing, I can't remember his name, and he said Rice is better than Gerrard and all that. Remember that?
No, he said Rice can enter that conversation.
No,
That's what he was
that's
talking.
not what he said. That's not what he said.
No, that's what we were talking about. He said
No,
he doesn't think the threshold to get into Gerrard
no,
the Lampard conversation is that
He
high.
said Rice will overtake Gerrard easily.
No,
They
he
were
said
his
he
exact
can.
words.
He said he can.
He said easily as well.
He said he can. That's not
That's like someone
necessarily.
saying they can beat Usain Bolt's record
Bro,
easily.
what is the threshold to overtake him legacy wise? What do you have to do?
Ooh,
If you win
Gerrard.
with England and you win with Arsenal, you've already won with West Ham, and you continue to win. By the end of your career, you could easily be in that conversation.
By the end of the year, this year.
No, by the end of your career, you could be in that
Career.
conversation. If you're successful with England and on club level, you've already done something.
But how about how good you are as a player? Does that not matter?
No, but we're not talking about evaluating players' technical ability.
No,
We're
I'm saying
speaking
how about how good you are as a player. That's what
we're
I'm saying.
speaking of one thing that everyone always says to me is you can judge a player, but what they've accomplished and their impact in how they've accomplished those said feats matters as much as anything else. So at this moment in time, Declan Rice can't be in that discussion because he hasn't done anything yet. But come the end of the year, if Arsenal's successful and England are successful, he's going to be in a new conversation bracket. He's going to be in the Rodri, Jorginho type bracket where they were high up the Ballon d'Or candidation and FIFA Player of the Year conversations. And if they're in those conversations and he's won these trophies and he's been a big part of them, and he gets, say, PFA Player of the Year or Premier League Player of the Year, and then you see him win a Premier League here, you win Champions League there, World Cup or Euros with England, bro, you're in that conversation immediately because you're accomplishing things that all these players wanted to accomplish that they weren't able to do.
Well, I mean, yeah, when you make an argument like it, you have to make an argument that kind of like makes sense for like the two players, isn't it? So obviously he'll be in a different bracket, but I'm talking about Steven Gerrard here. Well, everything that Steven Gerrard's accomplished, Rice can't accomplish in a couple of years. It's impossible. And not only that, he's not even close to the player he is.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making as well. You have to be better than him as well. Surely, you need the player to be. You need to look at the attributes of each player and be like, oh yeah, this guy is actually brilliant. You have to look at the player. That's why Henry is in certain brackets because he's got records. He transcended generations, but also when we look at Henry, we realize, yeah, he was a brilliant player. We haven't seen a player even that good in the Premier League. He was that good. When you look at Rice, you look at players that you know were better than him. Scholes was better than him. Yaya Toure is better than him. Lampard's better than him. Gerrard's better than him. Like there's players.
Come the end of his career. Come the end of his career. Do you believe he can be in those conversations?
He can't be in the Gerrard conversations because he also has to be in the conversations ability-wise. You can't just be in there from trophy-wise and not ability. Like, so even if Gerrard he didn't win a Premier League, we all know Gerrard is better than Declan Rice. If, for example, I don't know, someone like David Silva, yeah, even if Odegaard goes on and wins a treble, he's not in a David Silva category. In the Iniesta category. Because he's won multiple trophies. You have to, once you get past the trophies, you got to look at the ability of the player to say, oh, is he actually better than this guy? Declan Rice is not in the bracket of most of these players. He's not even in the bracket of Vieira's. He's not in the bracket of currently anyway. He's not in the bracket of the, like I say, but he hasn't even surpassed Rodri yet. Declan Rice hasn't surpassed Rodri yet, and Rodri's still playing. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to get past those guys before you start talking about Gerrards and the Lampards and the Scholeses and the Gazzers.
It's not my take, by the way. It was these guys.
No, I know. I'm just giving an example of how because you win something doesn't mean you've catapulted yourself into a higher echelon of conversation.
If he's successful with England and Arsenal, he's in the Ballon d'Or conversations come the end of the year, best believe people are going to be comfortably putting him in the discussions with those greats of the
No, past. They won't. They won't, bro. They won't.
Why won't they?
Because you have, like I just said, you have to also look at the player and say, is he better than that guy? Is Gerrard okay? Declan Rice, is he better than Jordan Henderson in his peak?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Miles better than Jordan Henderson.
Miles better than Jordan Henderson, bro.
Yeah. Jordan Henderson can't lace Declan Rice's boots.
You're going mad, bro. Jordan Henderson was doing everything that Declan Rice is doing now.
No, he wasn't.
Yes,
Jordan Henderson, maybe he's covering the ground. Maybe he's spraying some passes here and there on occasion.
He was doing the same thing that Declan Rice is doing now, bro.
No, he wasn't. Come on. Declan Rice is a much
he was doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing from what Declan Rice is doing right now.
Do you think Declan Rice and Jordan Henderson in the same bracket of talent and like quality?
Jordan Henderson was doing the same thing that Declan Rice is doing now.
Do you think
You've
Jordan
just
Henderson?
forgotten. You've forgotten. Do you think Declan Rice is better than Fabinho? Do you think Declan Rice was better than Fabinho?
Sorry?
Did you think Declan Rice was better than Fabinho?
At the time.
Do you remember how good these players were? I don't know if you remember.
I remember how good Fabinho was. Fabinho
was Declan Rice better than Fernandinho, for example? Was Declan Rice better than Fernandinho?
He was one of the best, man. Are we talking about Man City?
Yeah, the Fernandinho. Was Declan Rice better than Fernandinho?
Fernandinho was outstanding for Man City. But I would say right now, Declan Rice right now, what he's doing right now, I would say it's on par to what Fernandinho was doing. Fabinho,
to what Fernandinho was doing, bro.
Because I think Declan Rice is at a ridiculous level right now. Not too many players in the past are better than him.
Not too many players in the past. Yeah, that's my point. Is he's got to get past like the good Premier League players first before you start putting him with the Gerrards. Is the point I'm making. I'm not saying Declan Rice is not that. I think he's that guy, but I'm saying there's a level that he's got to get past. You got to get past. He's not got past Kante. He hasn't got past Essien. He hasn't gone past he hasn't gone past those guys yet.
So what
do you think he's comparable?
Where do you have him? Where do you have him right now?
Do you think Declan Rice is better than Kante?
No.
Do you think he's better than Essien?
It's difficult.
Yeah, but I'm saying, has he got past those players? I'm not saying whether he is or isn't is a different point, but I'm saying he hasn't gone past. You can't just say, oh yeah, Declan Rice is definitely better than Essien. Do you know what I mean? We haven't gone to that stage yet where it's like, yeah, of course he is. You know what I mean? That's the point I'm making. That we can't throw them in the bin with Declan just yet. That Declan's in the category. He's still got a battle with these guys for the next couple of years, and then we can figure out whether he's in a higher echelon. But there's still players for him to get past, bro. We can't just.
So where do you have Declan Rice all time right now?
Of all time.
For where do you have him like English players of his quality? Like in his position, because obviously
6 or 8. Let's just say midfield overall. Yeah, let's just say midfield overall. 6 and 8. It's easier
obviously
to do it.
He's not on the Scholes, Lampard,
but don't even mention.
Level. Yeah,
he's not. There's also other guys.
But he's for not you to say Jordan Henderson, who else do you put him in the same bracket as Gareth Barry?
He hasn't done what Gareth Barry's done yet.
So he's not there yet. You yourself was criticizing me 2 seconds ago about saying it's not only about what you've done, but your whole point is about what they've done.
No, it's not. It's not just about what they've done. I said you got to be a winner. Plus, and then once you do that, then it goes on ability. So, for example, like I said, with Henry, yes, he won things, but we know as a player he was brilliant. That's the point I'm making. With Declan Rice, we know he's a good player, but we don't think he's better. I don't look at Declan Rice and say, yeah, he's way better than Essien. Yeah, Declan Rice, he's way better than this guy, and he's way better than that guy. He's competing with those guys, but he isn't. He's not better than Yaya Toure, is he?
Bro, do you have to go? If you have 45 minutes,
no, we're good. Is he better than Yaya Toure?
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not. Is he better than he's not. Is he better than Gaza?
I didn't watch Gaza.
You didn't watch Gaza? Okay.
We're talking about Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, Paul Gascoigne. I don't remember Gaza. All right, cool. Yeah. Is he better than? Is Declan Rice? He's not. He's obviously not better than Vieira, is he?
No.
No. Okay, cool. Is he better than? Is he? Would you compare him with Fabregas yet? I know they're different players, but would you put him?
Fabregas is a better player.
Fabregas is better. This is the point I'm making. There's a lot of players that you're classing better. He's not better than Kante yet, is he? He's not better than Kante. He's not. You wouldn't put him past, say, what other players are there that that you compare him to? Like people say Moussa Dembele. Moussa Dembele is better than Declan Rice. You got other players out there. That's the point I'm making. Still players to
okay. We're having two different conversations. The conversation at that point was what they're capable of reaching. And what we're talking about right now is what they are right now compared to what he is right now. It's two different conversations. But yo, if you want to continue this conversation, I'm gonna be doing my stream. You can just jump on, and we can talk about it.
No, it's good. No, we're good. We're good. What, just before you leave, what's the predictions for the Arsenal game today?
Arsenal win. I'm gonna go with a 2-0 victory. I feel like I've been going with 2-0 a lot lately.
Yeah.
I just been confident that our defense wouldn't concede, but now that Gabriel and Saliba are not guaranteed there, I'm gonna go 2-1. Just thinking about it.
That sounds like a tight game, and you want to rest players. Okay, that's interesting. I thought
don't
you said
think
3. I thought you said 3-0 at half time and all that type of stuff.
No, but that's how we have to. That's how
Yeah, a
we.
minute
That's
ago you
how
was
we
like,
can.
all right, if we can win 3-0 at half time, then we can rest players. Now you're talking about 2-1.
Yeah, because I don't think it's gonna be an easy game. But
So
I still think
the whole conversation about you resting players. Now you don't think it's gonna be an easy game.
no, I don't think any game's easy right now because we're just coming off the back of. I think we're just coming. We're going into the game with Hincapié and Mascara in the back.
So why do you want to rest? Why do you want to rest players then?
No, it's just a discussion. We're having a discussion about what team do you think is going to be played. I think there's going to be rotation at some point throughout December. When that's going to be, it's most likely going to be versus Crystal Palace and versus the Champions League squad that we face. Who are we facing again? Club Brugge.
Club Brugge. Yeah. No worries anyway. But anyway, big up the chat, man. Me and the girl, this is my guy, man. We go back and forth a lot of the time anyway. It's how it goes. It's part and parcel of content. You know, so I'm a content creator now, isn't it? So
I thought you said you were a content creator.
Yeah. I have that in it. I got to deal with the facts. But I'm going to redirect over to a guy. He's going live now.
Anyways, yeah, I'll go live.
I've redirected over. So go straight over there. You can do FamZone TV raid because that's what everyone likes to do. You get me? FamZone TV raid, rare, tear, blah, blah, blah. You know the pattern. I might start coming online on my own soon, you know, and just be sitting online talking to you, you know. I might start doing that. I ain't done that for a while. But I might start doing that again. But yeah, go over to it, girl. FamZone TV raid, and then I might watch the stream on I'll go for a drive quickly. So big up the chat, man. Big up my people. Like and subscribe on your way out.